Welcome to my open session where I don't necessarily have notes, but I have a topic and we are going to digest and dissect the topic together, right? To start off, if we was born in the late 70s, early 80s, I believe we'll be doing that pure cocaine as well. We, as in my age group. One, because, of course, they was targeting, melanated individuals like myself, and of course, everyone else, but that doesn't matter. I digress. Here's what made me think of that. I was in the gym. I was working out, listening to some old 80s music, and I was like, yo, the memes always say that that's the time of the purest cocaine, right? You know, the purest drugs. And it's like, it made me think, because I'm in an area back home, and it's an epidemic, right? A drug epidemic. Molly, Percocet, however you want to call it, is in the music, is in the media, is everywhere. And I see so many young kids that I knew grew up, like from little kids to, in college and stuff, graduate high school, and they heavy on these things. And I always thought to myself, well, why? Why? What happened? Yeah, I saw you as a little dude, and now you on that stuff. And I was thinking to myself, and I was like, dang, if I grew up in an area where, that was the purest form that everybody was doing, I probably would have did it too. But I was thinking to myself, like, because we done seen so many artists, music artists, whomever, don't have to be just artists, but a lot of artists die of drug overdose or drug abuse. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, y'all know the consequences. They know the consequences of these things, but they continue to do it, like rinse and repeat. So I was thinking, deep thinking, I was like, it wasn't a long thing, it was just like a spark of idea. It was like, yo, what if they died doing what they love? And before you gas, think about it for a second. A daredevil, motocross, they will die doing what they love. They will die doing those tricks on those bikes. They will risk their lives. People that run marathons, they love it so much they'll die doing that. It's what they love. It gives them that high. So you tell a person drug abuse is bad, but what if they love it? All these mosquitoes out here, yo, get off of me, dude. What if they love it? And they do. That's why they do it. So it's like you try to reach to them and you try to talk to them. How can you talk somebody from not doing something if they love it? If they love it. So us trying to talk to them is just like modern medicine. You're trying to cure symptoms instead of curing the problem. So I stopped talking to them and I try to understand them. And I attempt to understand them. And it got me thinking, what is the root cause? Because here why I say this. The number one problem in America is drug abuse. And it got me thinking, why is it drug abuse? One, people want to feel good, right? They're in situations and that's their way to get out, okay? Two, overconsumption. And when I thought about overconsumption, you just don't get overconsumption from the start. It's a lead up from something. Because it's crazy. Because I was thinking overconsumption is the root cause of drug abuse or any sort of overusage. And it starts with the food. It starts with the household. It starts with your upbringing, right? Right now, you can, at your leisure, if you're just hungry, at 8 a.m. and you want to go get something, you can. And if you was hungry at 10 a.m., you can go get something, you can. 11, you can. Like, you got the ability to overconsume. So when it comes to other things, it's like, it's as simple as that. So I started thinking, as kids, we have the ability to overconsume. If you ask, you shall receive. And a lot of times we used to think, well, here's why. Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. Some households, my household, you go into a store, you don't touch. You don't touch. They buy what they need and they get out. Don't eat everything. You eat what I allow you to eat. At first, you feel like it's some type of torture. Like, come on, man. He get this, he get that. But then you realize those that was allowed to get as much as they like, begin that trend of overconsuming. It don't have to be exactly with drugs. It don't have to be. But that's the topic of the day is drug abuse. Because, man, I come back and they call this place Molly City. I'm like, Molly City? Since when? But it starts with the food. It starts with the household. They're allowed to consume as much as they like. So they start to try these things in this world, and given the ability, they get the chance to overconsume. They can get it whenever they like. They build that repetition, and then they want something stronger, and they continue on and continues on. And that's how they get hooked on these things, because they have the ability to. But that's my thing. Because the reason I'm talking to y'all about this, because I do as much as I can. Life is long. I'm tired of hearing people saying life is short. Life is long and everlasting. If you do what's right, your life will span on as years to come, even after your death. So I'm one of few that was in a situation and got out the situation. And usually you leave and don't come back. Time brought me back. And everything that I've done, everything that I tend to do and will do, will to benefit me and better me, while benefit others, those around me, and extend it. It don't stop there. Because, man, I'm so sick of watching beautiful young children die and ruin their life over something so simple. I've seen and heard too many drug abuse, shootings, what? Kids with beautiful lives, man. Kids like me. I'm still a child at heart, man. And I'm just like, you're capable of so much. Growing up, man, listen, if some areas had gymnastics, if you know what I'm saying. If some areas had gymnastics, bro, a lot of young men would be far in this world. Man, they're doing backflips off of houses, off of walls, wall running. I mean, doing all type of gymnastics, bro. If they had those chances, those opportunities to be put in that spotlight to do these things and encourage them to do these things, oh man, there would be so much more. This city is growing. The area is growing, and I'm gonna be a cause of that as well. I'm gonna be part of that cause. If you follow me on Instagram, I do post about my personal life, my career, and I'm in the precipice of being in position to help change as well. And there's going to be countless change, because there needs to be encouragement. And of course, I don't mind looking like the bad guy. They call me Unc because a lot of people call me Unc, and I woke up and I was like, when did I became an Unc? You know how they be. Oh, yo, what up, Unc? And I'm like, how the freak I became that? And I realized I became that once I put me aside and start looking at others and start wanting to encourage others. Like, I ain't gonna say I put me aside, but what's the word? Dang, drew a blank right there. I reflect on myself, learn about myself, unlearn and relearn to adjust and get better, so I can help those as well. Because you gotta get you right first. Gotta get you right. So, yeah, I'm driving. I'm like, yo, because I'm thinking like, yo, they love it. Like, how can you stop somebody from doing something they love it? They love doing drugs. That's why they do it, guys. So how can you stop somebody from doing what they love? That's the question that we don't ask. How can you do it? Even when they fall on their back, they'll do it to their dead. How can you stop somebody from doing something they love? Some people stop from family, of course. Some people stop for just wanting to stop. Some people don't. But they're so young now. They're starting so young. By the time they can realize that what they're doing is over-consuming and killing themselves, they're already dead. They need someone. They need something. And I'm going to be that. I'm going to be that person. Be that ray of light. I don't care if it kills me. If I can be just a spark to a better direction, I will be. Everything I do is to encourage you. You're capable of much more than the eye can see, than your POV. Young man, young woman, you have so much life in you that you don't even know yet. I have so much life in me that I don't even know yet. I don't even know what's left. I don't even know what I have in me, but there's so much more. There's so much life in you that you don't even know yet. I was invited to an event, and I was thinking to myself, should I even go to this event? What's in it for me? And I couldn't think of nothing that would benefit me to go there. Then I thought to myself, I said, just in case, or not even just in case, just because I can't see the benefit from it, don't mean that it's not going to be beneficial. Just because I can't see it. Because I don't know what's all that I have to bring until I put myself there. Just because you can't see it, don't mean you can't accomplish it. You just got to do it. Because your mind go change, your being go change, your soul, your body go change as you continuously to put yourselves in these positions. So I'm going to continue to put myself in these positions. Because maybe doing that process, I don't know who's watching, but somebody may be watching. I don't care if it's 1, 2, 3, or none. At some point, you will be showcased. You will be on display. Because I'm trying to understand why so many, they have nothing else. I didn't have nothing else. Before me growing up in this, because I had to think about it, growing up in this same area, there was nothing encouraging. There was nothing to get your mindset into newer heights. So you did reckless things. You tried reckless things. You build these reckless routines. And one person saw that as a weakness and a possibility to exploit, and bought heavy duty drugs in the picture, even though maybe drugs is already in the picture. But now they're giving it to the kids. The kids are trying it out, word of mouth, and they get it out there. They try it out. I've seen a lot of gifted kids on this stuff. And I talk to them, because I know them personally. And it's like, I'm looking at them, and I'm looking at them as the person they can be. I'm looking at them. I'm not looking at them as they are now. I'm looking at them in their best fitting position. I'm looking at them as their best person, as their best individual. And I'm looking at them tall. I don't look at them, I'm talking to them, because they're younger than me. I'm looking at them 10 feet tall. And I'm just like in awe and shock, because I see so much in you. I see you inspiring me. Overconsumption. That was the whole idea of it. It starts in the household. Not having discipline. Repetition. Routine. I'm done.